here in North Pacific Beach. It is such a beautiful day, and I'm meeting Steve Springer. There's this little cafe that I've been wanting to try for a while, so he's meeting me here today and we get to check it out. I just love the vibe down here. It's so awesome. And where is Steve? Oh, there you are. Oh my gosh. Well, don't you roll in style?
Yeah, I have to rep the Chicago Bears even in SoCal.
We talk about the walkability and riding bikes down here, but you really come in pretty good, don't you?
Yeah.
That is beautiful. I love it. I think I would hurt myself on that.
Oh no, you'd be fine.
Are we ready to check this place out?
I'm ready to dine.
I'm hungry. Let's go.
Let's go.
Steve, you are the man of Pacific Beach, and you always know the best spots. Today, I think you have not disappointed. This looks amazing. Why don't you tell us where we are?
So we're here at Fig Tree Cafe with the founder and owner, Johan. And it's just such a really cool neighborhood spot. I live a couple blocks north of here, North PB. Rode my bike down today. It's just such a great area to be able to walk and really great food.
How fun. I wish I could say I rode my bike down here. That is so great. And Johan, great to meet you. What a beautiful spot this is. I love this patio. Why don't we just talk about this? I know you have multiple restaurants, but this is the one that was the original. Why don't you share with us what you envisioned?
First one, yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for your patronage. I know you've been coming for years, so I appreciate that. He's a loyal customer, yeah. Yeah, this is where it all started. I opened here in October 2008. As I mentioned earlier, it's one of the worst times to probably open a restaurant, but we figured out a way to make it through, and since then opened 2 more Fig Tree Cafes in San Diego. This one just really has a very special place in my heart because, you know, a lot of this stuff I actually did. I'm certainly not a carpenter, but I figured out a way to, like this table, it's bent a little bit, and that's because I built it about 8 years ago. It's not perfect, but there's a charm to that where it's one of those things where you kind of do whatever you have to do to make it work, you know?
Oh, the building and the charm of it and walking through, it's just so cute, and you can see everybody's having a great time, that wonderful patio lifestyle that comes here with being in Pacific Beach. But I want to dive into as well as the menu and the food, because this is beautiful presentation. I'm sure it's incredible. Why don't you talk about what you envisioned as far as the culinary part of Fig Tree?
Sure. You know, the menu, just like most restaurants, has evolved over the years, but these are some of the staples. This is what we call breakfast sushi. It's a fun little unique dish that has rice and eggs sauteed with scallions. Then it's what we call our man candy, which is basically thick cut bacon that's baked with paprika and brown sugar, topped with a mango salsa and avocado. This is our chicken club and our breakfast burrito.
I can smell it sitting here. It's incredible.
Yeah, no, and you know, we listen to our customers. We recently launched a number of vegan items as well, but these, as I said, have been staples for many years here.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Then you also have a dog menu too, right? You're a pet-friendly restaurant.
Yeah.
And you have a dog menu in here?
Yeah, we have a little dog menu where you can get, you know, a little patty for the dogs or things like that.
Some eggs, all that stuff.
Again, I think it's important to listen to your customer, and that's something which over the years that people have mentioned, and we said, you know, let's just do it. This is about a year ago. We pulled the trigger on that, and it's been very well received.
What kind of impact have you made on the community here? Tell me about your clients that come in and the relationships and what that's been like for you.
We're a very unpretentious restaurant where you could come in in flip-flops and board shorts, or you can come in and have a business lunch. You know, anybody's welcome, and that's sort of, I think, has been the reputation where you can just kind of come and enjoy and relax, whether it's, you know, you ride your bike here or you come in a car or whatever, right?
And you've got your dog.
And you can bring your dog as well, yeah.
I love it. Steve, you clearly know this area because you live here. So you're very passionate about Pacific Beach. Why don't you talk a little bit about what it is like around this area and what lifestyle is like here as well?
So PB is very eclectic, just like this place. You look around here, you won't see a lot of homes looking the same. There's not track homes. It's all been mismatched, developed, but it all has its own unique charm. So this area is known for being very walkable, very bikeable. You're very close to the water. If you want to go down to Garnett and go to the party scene down there, you can, but you're isolated from that up here in North PB. And if you want to live here, you could buy a 1-bedroom condo for $450. You could also buy a really high-end, nice new house for $2.3 million.
So you've got diversity.
You've got a lot of diversity in this little area, and just all these things come together very well.
because you do real estate here, so you're real aware of all of the different areas. Do you see it kind of mixed in, or is there this end of town and that end of town? What do you notice as far as everybody flowing together?
Yeah, people like to differentiate that they live in North PB because they want to separate themselves from people who have the misconception that PB is all a party zone. So people like to say they live in North PB. It's right next to Bird Rock, so it's kind of like South La Jolla, people jokingly say. But the area is just an outdoor, active lifestyle, people walking their dogs, people going to eat at cool little small businesses like this.
So you definitely recommend people come and check out this area, because I think you're right, there's a misconception maybe of what it's like. What are your other favorite parts about being in Pacific Beach?
So I like the just diversity, and you can people watch in PB all the time. You ride your bike around, it's not just about the scenery and the houses and the restaurants, it's about seeing the people that are out and about and enjoying San Diego's lifestyle just like everyone else.
I love it. And then finding places like this where you can also build those relationships and community and support local business like you have with Johan. Congrats on your success here.
Thank you very much.
I know you've got some other new restaurants coming out. I just want to touch real quick. You're not just here, you've got multiple locations as you've expanded this mindset into other areas.
Yeah, so there's 3 fig trees. We have 7 locations of Breakfast Republic, and the 8th one is opening in Irvine actually in the next less than a month, and then a few more. Mission Valley is opening soon as well. We have El Jardín, which is more of an upscale Mexican restaurant, and we have a fast casual breakfast sandwich concept opening soon. So there's a lot of things going on, but all good stuff.
It's wonderful, and a beautiful, perfect California day as always for this place. You guys, I bet, are hungry staring at the food. Are you ready to dive in?
I'm ready.
Thank you.
Jeff, walking around Liberty Station, I am amazed at just how much has changed here.
You're telling me. I mean, there are so many places to eat, there's things to check out. I can take my kids ice skating here in the winter months. Tons of opportunity to bring the family and look around.
And you're a family guy, right? So
That's
you know where to
right.
go.
I know where to go. I know where my kids can have a good time. And I'm gonna take you to a place that is known for their burgers, but now they've got so much more. You talk about how Liberty Station has changed. These guys were at the forefront with their burgers, and now I'm going to introduce you to the rest of the menu. It's going to be great.
Did someone say food?
They did.
Jeff, you weren't joking. We're here at Slater's 50/50, and they don't just have burgers now. I have an incredible salad with me, too.
No, it's not just burgers anymore, and I'm excited to introduce Jeff Hall, the Area Director and Beverage Director for Slater's, and he's going to tell us what's new here.
Yeah, we've got quite a few new things going on. So, when we started this company, it was all about the burger, and we're still about the burger and our 50/50 patty, but seeing these beautiful salads and some of the other fun things we're doing, we show people we've got so much more to offer
Yes.
you. We got awesome ideas.
Not that the incredible burger is not enough.
That is. We got Impossible Burgers. We've got our 50/50 patty, which is literally taking, I love burgers, but what'll make it better? Let's put 50% bacon into the patty. And the funny thing is, the original story with the 50/50 was that there was a hangover involved and fraternities involved and the Chargers at the time involved, tailgating. And the original idea from Scott Slater, the original founder of the Bacon Baron, he said, what if I just grind up a bunch of amazing bacon, form it into a patty, throw it on a grill? Let me tell you what happened to that grill. So he said, all right, let me tone it down a notch. And that's when he added 50/50 beef and bacon, actually made this original combination right here with a chipotle mayo, fried egg, and avocado mash on the bottom, and then some pepper jack cheese melted all over that bad boy on a brioche bun. And it cured everyone's ails that day.
Right.
And the history started at that time.
Literally, you made history with burgers.
Literally changed the course of history. There are people that might still have hangover to this day had we not been out there that day.
And we were talking, so Liberty Station in Point Loma has changed so much, and you are honestly one of the original ones where I feel like people came down here to Liberty Station for you, myself included.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we got down here, there really wasn't a lot going on, but Scott had a great vision and said, you know what? There's some great bones here. There's parking, free parking.
Right.
I say free parking and ample parking in San Diego, right by downtown. And just saw this great opportunity, and since then this area has absolutely flourished.
Yeah.
And we're happy to be a part of that. We're happy to have helped started that. It's still almost 7 years now at this location, still going strong.
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've definitely made a name for yourself with 7 years already, but where do you see yourself in the future for Slater's 50/50?
So that's where the fun is starting right now. So we have started to expand to different states. And we've really started to expand our own culinary palette. So we've realized that things like having a burrata salad with a honey vinaigrette and strawberries and honey pecans and all this gloriousness to it on like a kale blend, we're like, why don't we do that? Because we're good at what we do. We're passionate people, and we've got a very passionate philosophy and value set that says, you know what? We do not sit back on our laurels and we try new fun things. So. Once again, we still find ourselves in the burger realm. We still want to come to a town and say, hey, we are the authority on burgers, bacon, and beer. But we want to start letting people know that it's okay if you like a salad. It's okay if you want a
Definitely.
cocktail. We even started putting wine on tap. We put coffee on tap. There's one thing, if you notice behind us, are 100 taps, which not every property has this many. Obviously, this is the best property because we're here and it's awesome and it's San Diego. But what we started doing is saying, hey, what else can we use those taps for? How else can we dominate and something that we have that a lot of places don't? So we started putting wine on tap, so you knew that the wine was fresh and delicious.
Wine on tap?
Have you not had this?
What?
You're out of the wine on tap loop? So what that does, it carbonates it. The wineries are starting to love it because now you're at a place that serves a lot of beer and a lot of cocktails, and somebody says, you know what, I just want a nice glass of red wine. Well, a lot of places you'll go to, they got 12 bottles by the glass, and they're probably all oxidized. So with here, we said, hey, you know what? Might not be a big selection, but every time you pour one of those glasses, it's fresh, it's delicious, slightly chilled, but we can warm that up for
Wow,
you.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot of, you may have a cocktail on
Right?
tap.
And I know
Sounds
Jeff
crazy.
always comes here. He's such a family guy. So coming here with your family, that kind of speaks to the menu now, that there's options for everybody.
My son, is 5, loves salads. So
Yeah.
like, if I said, John, like we're gonna go to 50/50 and like, you know, you could have a burger, no, like I like a salad, please. And he uses the word please
love
too,
that.
which is great. But like, so I'm looking to expand his horizons and palate and see what I can get him interested in. And you know, when we come here, you guys always have a great kids menu. You can't go wrong with that. But it's an opportunity to introduce him to a few things that he wouldn't try otherwise. So.
I think that to me is so satisfying because you're having somebody that comes in and goes, dude, have you had their salad at Slater? And you're like, I didn't even know that. Yeah, no, I don't even. They do that. People do that all the time. They have lettuce, and yes, they have lettuce. We do all sorts of things.
Right.
So
And it's
been
fantastic.
Yeah, it's been a nice, fun transition.
No, it's great. And of course, you can have one of your 100 beers on tap. So
Of course,
you're gonna have to do it.
95 beers, unfortunately, but you know.
95.
Where do the beers come from? All local or?
So we really try to stick to local breweries. We are in what I call the Bordeaux of beer here.
Definitely.
And so why wouldn't we? We've got some of the best breweries in the world. And we've got relationships with Mike Hess and, you know, Belching
fantastic.
Beaver and all these groups, and they'll come in, have dinners. Like, we know all these guys. It's been really cool to see this growth and transition of the program and see these breweries all grow with us.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, you are a staple here in Point Loma and Liberty Station, and you pay homage to it with all these wonderful things on the wall, whether it be the military, Padres. It speaks pride, and it also shows in your food as well.
Absolutely, thank you. Yeah, we're very proud and very honored that we get a huge military presence. We get a lot of times on Fridays, if you come in here, you'll see that poor kid that just got out of Marine boot camp and he needs a burger so bad. We buy every one of those guys burgers
Oh,
that
that's
come
awesome.
out. We thank them. It's cool to see when that family, and I always ask them, like, how do you, like, you know, he's from the Midwest or from the East Coast or somewhere. I'm like, how did you even know about us? And they're like, oh, well, my drill sergeant said if I don't come here, like,
Right.
I'm in trouble, you know, like, you need it. It's a health reason to get your calorie count up, so.
Word spreads fast when
Yeah.
it's good food.
Amen.
So it's called Slater's 50/50, but there's a 100% chance that this is one heck of a burger.
I like that.
Yes.
I
Thank
like
you
that.
for having us.
My pleasure, absolutely.
Mike.
Hey, Tawny, how are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Not a bad day in Point Loma.
Gorgeous day here. And this is an area of San Diego that most people really don't get to. It has, you know, obviously boating is a big part of San Diego. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I've got a little treat for you today. I've got a good friend. His name is Dave, and he runs the Champagne Yacht.
I love it. I was waiting for it. I'm like, you can't bring me here on this beautiful day.
I'd love for you to meet him, and hopefully he can take us out for a little stroll.
Yes.
How's that sound?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Okay, let's go. Hi, Dave. Tawny, this is my good friend Dave.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Well, Mike, you aren't kidding, right? What a day in San Diego.
Beautiful day, yes.
Get to be on a boat.
What could be better?
And not just any boat, right? So we're here with the owner.
That's right. David Lefkowitz, a good friend of mine, owns this boat and is the provider of all good times.
I like that, the
That's
official
right.
title.
That's right.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes,
Thank
you're
you,
welcome.
guys.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
You too.
So tell me a little bit about, what made you want to get a yacht and what are you doing with this yacht?
Well, that's a great question. I've owned the yacht personally for over 20 years, and I've had the great fortune of being able to host, most of my friends in San Diego and even across the country. I've had good friends from Mexico and Europe and even South America come in San Diego and enjoy special times like this today. So it's been a great time and a great thing for me to have.
And you've been generous enough to host some friends of mine too. Thank you very much for that.
Absolutely.
We had a great time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's always a good time.
You're welcome. I've been able to use it as a great networking tool, and anyone with a good business networking group, I've been able to share this experience with.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So have you did you grow up sailing or what made you come down to San Diego?
I did. I grew up with boats. My parents had boats in Arizona, so we were basically born on a boat. I spent most of my life around boats, and after college I moved out here in the early 90s, and that's when I had
Isn't that ironic though? Doesn't Arizona have the highest boat owners per capita or something like that?
Something like that, yeah, with the lakes.
Yeah,
A lot of lakes, but it's not San Diego. The bay is a little bit different.
Glad you said that, but it's not San Diego, right?
No, nothing really compares to San Diego.
That's right, amen.
And Dave, I heard you're going on a brand new business venture, right? So tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, I am. Thank you for asking. So I just spent the better part of 3 years working with Coast Guard, getting the boat officially licensed for commercial charter, which basically means I can take up to 49 passengers. It's very exciting because in the past I've been limited to doing this as a host, basically just for friends and whatnot. So now I'll be able to offer it to friends of friends and by referral, but it'll be amazing to let everyone experience what only my friends in the past have been able to experience.
Right?
That's
Only
great.
your
What an
few
opportunity.
lucky friends.
I know. Well, now it's
Mike.
going to be harder to schedule. I don't know. We may not get to see that.
We'll make special arrangements for good guys like you.
Right, and
Yeah.
the Lifestyles crew, of course.
Absolutely,
Definitely.
absolutely.
So what do you hope people get from the events and stuff that you're going to be planning?
Well, in the past, like I say, was limited to friends and family, and I treat everyone that comes on board like my family. So I'm looking forward to introducing myself to the public and allowing everyone to come on board and experience that same sort of love and passion that I've given to my friends over the years.
Yeah. That's great, right? So anything from crazy cool to calm, a little bit of classy, everything in between?
Everything in between. That's right. That's right.
I bet you got some good stories.
We do. I don't know how many of them I can mention on camera, but we do. What I'm looking forward to, I think this is a great venue to offer to a lot of corporate clients out there that have a need to entertain either their staff or their special clients. They put a lot of hard work in during the year, and what better way to celebrate than a day on a private yacht in San Diego Bay?
Oh, it's beautiful. We could have client events on this boat.
Absolutely.
See, there you
love
go.
that.
Already thinking.
Absolutely.
And I mean, San Diego is just unique in itself. Being here in Point Loma, there's nothing else like this.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's one of the prettiest cities really in the world. A lot of people, I hear this all the time, people come here from all over Europe and South America, especially from Mexico, and not really a lot of people have an understanding of how beautiful San Diego is, and you even appreciate that much more when you're on the bay.
Oh yeah. You can see these views from a high-rise, a mid-rise, but there's nothing quite as special as seeing that downtown skyline from the bay.
Absolutely.
And the name of this boat is Champagne Yacht, right? So what better way to see the views than
Well, we've got Amy downstairs. We can't leave port without it. So
Let's pop a little bubbly.
that cork.
Okay.
Absolutely, let's go.
Yeah.
You're right, Mike. This is the way to see San Diego.
It really is.
You can see from here all the way to Coronado.
And Coronado, I mean, this whole skyline is changing so much over the next 5 years. We're going to have improvements to Seaport Village with a big tower and the Manchester project going in. So that's all going to really change. Interesting thing about Coronado, here's a great real estate story for you. It was purchased by Spreckles in 1888. After the Hotel Del was built, he bought it for $500,000, the whole island, the hotel, everything on the island, the ferry that goes to the hotel. And he sold this portion to North Island, the Navy, for $5 million in 1911.
So you're telling me I need to invest in real estate? is what
Invest in
you're
real
telling
estate,
me.
baby. Here you go.
Because that's quite the turnaround.
That's a nice little turnaround, but Spreckles is a big name in San Diego too. So.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys are the experts in downtown. So you have anything else coming up soon?
We have something coming up we've got a really nice listing in Mount Helix right now, $1 million, beautiful house. We've got something coming up in Bankers Hill very soon, and one in Ocean Beach. So yeah, we got
A little bit of everything. And then you come here and you celebrate on a champagne yacht.
champagne. With the Champagne Queen right here.
Right?
Yeah.
Champagne Queen. So
Champagne.
cheers.
Cheers.